Are you mentally ready to get back in there, or are you still kind of dealing with that whole situation?
Man, when everything, first happened, I think when the foundation was made of, when I was introduced to the world, and even when I met you and when I met so many people that I've known for so many years, the writers that I've known for years, Showtime people that I've known for years, and when I was introduced to the world, everybody knew my ex-wife. So she was a part of my career for a very long time, and even though we was not together no more, she was also she was a good co-parent. We co-parented well together, and we got things done. And we may have not seen eye to eye every time, but we got things done, and she was a good parent, and it was all about the kids. So, and having her murdered like that and taken away from my children is probably one of the hardest things I've had to deal with in my life. It was the hardest thing I had to deal with because I felt so much pain for them. As a parent, you want to be able to protect your children from everything. Even when you know they're making knuckleheaded decisions, you want to try to talk sense into them. And this is the one time as a parent I felt very helpless and I couldn't do nothing for them. So, it was very, very painful, and just had a lot dumped into my lap at one time. Like I said, I haven't fought in 17 months, so, I've been, going through, trying to save money, but at the time I got to spend money. From like all the fights that I've had with Mayweather Promotions, and then, now having that co-parent gone, everything falls on my lap, like health insurance, just all the extra things that my children need that she would pick up is now just falling all into my lap. So it was just a very, very tough situation, and to not fight for so long and not have so many fights, that just made it even more worse. So, I was even thinking about, not doing it no more, and maybe ending this book a little bit early, but, my family and my fiance, she's great, and she told me that wasn't the way to go, and she's been great during this whole ordeal. And my son, my oldest son, because when his mom passed, he was the first person I told. I knew he was going to take it the hardest, and I had told him, your brother and sister, they need you. I was like, this has taught me one thing. It just taught me that life is short, and I may be gone tomorrow, and your brother and sister, they really need you. And I remember one night, a couple nights after I told him about his mom passing, I took them out to eat, and we were just talking and just trying to reminisce about their mother and the good times, and and just talking about life. And I just broke down. I couldn't take no more, and I was just crying. And he hugged me, and he said, "Hey, just like you told me that they need you, they need me." He was like, "We need you," and that meant a lot to me. That let me know right there that I can't quit. I can't determine. I can't want so much excellence out of them and then feel like quitting. And when he told me that that they need me, I couldn't sit there and just wallow in my sorrows. And it still hurts. It just hurts because I know what it's like to grow up without a parent. I don't know what it's like to grow up with having your parent murdered, but I hurt for them, more than anything. And most of the boxing community has been great. I mean, I've heard from people I haven't heard from in years. I mean, it has been great. But then some of the people that I thought were close, some of the people that I thought was friends in this game, they disappeared. Some people even sending messages, via other people, or via my family members. It's like, you got my number, man. You could have reached out. So I just look at people a little different. Now than I did before, and this is definitely causing my life a little bit to wake up in general and count my blessings, man, and just not think everybody is a friend. You know, it's put me in contact with people that I haven't talked to in years, and I've kept those relationships open since the passing, and it's just crazy, man. She was a great person. She was a great mother, and it's just unfortunate that this has happened to my 3 kids' mom, man.
You know, how do you just kind of emotion, because they caught the guy, right?
Yeah, they caught him. Yep.
So how do you just emotionally kind of bottle all that up? I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's a lot of disdain for this guy that did that. You know, but just you being able to, I mean, obviously you're dealing with, I mean, you got to be there for your kids. You have to, you know, you still have to pull yourself together. You have to make money. You have to work. So you have to fight. And at the same time, you have to control that anger that you have towards this person. Is it difficult to just kind of bottle all of that up and still kind of move forward with everything you have to do?
You know, I look at them every day, my kids, and I see a piece of her, and having her pass like that, in that way, it was just very hard. But I had just so many people, Mayweather Promotions, Floyd, and just so many people who reached out from the boxing community. You know, even you, I got your text, and I mean, just so many people. And we talked, but, you know, it's just, I read and I responded to every single text message. And it meant so much to me. It really helped me. Even the people on Facebook and Twitter. I remember, you know, I had this real, you know, some people I get beef in. Some people on Twitter I get into beefs, or social media I get into beefs with. I really don't remember, but there's one particular person I remember, and we got in a big beef on Twitter, and you know, and I remembered him because I just remembered the beef, and you know, he reached out, and that was like. That was unbelievable to me, because we had this big Twitter beef, and then for him to reach out and put all bygones aside and just say, hey, man, you know, I'm here for you. Nobody deserves to be going through this. I feel bad for your kids. That meant a lot, man. That probably meant a lot more than like half of the messages and condolences that I received, because that just showed me that this what we doing in life and this sport and everything else is bigger. Life is bigger than that, and it's tough. But I think about my son, man, and my son telling me, you know, we need you. You know, they need me, but we need you. And you know, he's the oldest. He remembers a lot. He remembers a lot of times with his mom and dad, and he remembers a lot of times. Separate times of dad and mom not being together. He was the one that was on the contender, so he remembers a lot. He's a very smart kid. He's an honor roll student, so he, you know, for him to tell me that, it just said, you know, to put your best foot forward and fight with your heart, man, and go out here and finish writing these last few chapters, and whatever happens, happens. But, you know, it's just a very troubling situation in the beginning, because, like I said, as a parent, you want to protect your kids from everything. Anybody who ever had kids know this. When they're crawling, you're watching them. When they first learn to walk, you're watching them. When they're at the park, you're watching them. When they're in the pool, you watch your children every step of the way. Even when they get older, you know, or they're dating, you know, you try to give them advice about life every step of the way. So when I felt like I felt helpless as a parent, you know, that's the worst thing that a parent can possibly go through, when you feel like you can't do anything to console the pain or the hurt your children are going through.
Do you, I mean, just having said what you just said, do you kind of, like at this point now, do you kind of, use all of that as motivation now to move forward, where, I mean, obviously, you do have to be there for your kids and everything. So not that you were never motivated before, but I mean, there's almost that extra incentive to be motivated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is, man. It's like you said, it's not like I wasn't motivated before. It's not like I didn't go into fights motivated, or I didn't train hard, or I wanted to lose. I think the hardest camp I had was the Galarza camp, just because I had been off so long, and it took me a little bit longer to get where I needed to get physically and mentally. Mm-hmm. And so it was a very tough camp, but it's definitely some extra motivation, being that I know that a lot falls on me now, and, it's not, I know they have they have my fiance, they have their she's a great stepmother to them, and she's been like a mother to them, but, that losing their biological mom, nobody can ever replace her, so it's like, I'm their only biological parent left, so a lot has fallen on my shoulders, and and that's extra motivation in itself. Man, I really want this fight to get done. Everybody can come on here and say, "Oh, I'll fight you for my purse," or "I'll do this," or "Let's put up this." Man, ain't nobody doing it. Ain't nobody doing that. At the end of the day, we're fighting for money. Just like NFL players, they go out and they want to be paid for their games. Ain't nobody going out taking them hits for free. Or just like they shooting baskets for money and in contract negotiations. Us fighters, we need to fight to make money, and we need to fight to feed our families and take care of ourselves. If there's no fight, there's no fights, there's no income. Not all of us can be Floyd or Cotto or De La Hoya or Bernal Hopkins, or a lot of these fighters who make enough money to invest. Mm-hmm. I made good money. I made, good money to take care of my family, but I didn't make good money where I can just ride off into the sunset, hop on a horse and call it a day. Mm-hmm. Shit, I'm going to have to come back home and get a job. Mm-hmm. I just made okay money to put my family in a better situation, but I didn't make, sit on my ass money for the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. So, it's just about making smart decisions, and, at the end of the day, us fighters, we need to fight to be able to provide for our families. So I'm really hoping that this fight can get done. Something I've been waiting on, that it brings me one step closer to the title. The WBC is a great organization. It has been very good to me, and it has ranked me at a good spot, and it's given me a chance, and I want to go out and try to capitalize on that and do the best I can to become a two-time world champion. And at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens. But I know every fight, I put my all into every fight, and I'm proud of the career I had and accomplished. I got no complaints about anything.
Hey, is that kind of therapy too, in a sense, being in camp? You know what I mean? Just getting back into that rhythm, hitting the bag, doing all that. Is that sort of a sense of therapy, to get the stress out and stuff?
Yeah, it really is. But you can only stay in the gym so long without, it's like when guys in the NFL go to training camp, or you start spring season and spring training in baseball, you're getting ready for something. Mm-hmm. So they have extra motivation because they want to go out and perform. And there's a lot of hitting objectives in their contract. Well, if you rush for 1,000 yards, you get this. You get this amount of bonus. Or if you hit 30 home runs, you get this. Or if you score this many points or have this many steals, you get this bonus. They have escalators in their contracts. Mm-hmm. Whereas, people may tell a fighter, "Hey, stay in the gym. Stay in the gym." I mean, how long can you stay in the gym if you don't have no fights coming up? Right. If you don't have nothing, I haven't fought since September, and I've been waiting on a date. So how long do you want me to stay in the gym? It's not like, I have a life. I have kids. They have sports. They have school. They have events. Like, I want to be a part of those things. So how long do you want me to stay in the gym if I don't have a fight? But if you have something coming up or there's something on the horizon, or, you know, if you go run once or twice a week, that's fine. But I think the extra motivation comes when you have something coming up or you know there's something right around the corner. But, you know, that theory of just telling someone stay in the gym, that's good for, like, the younger guys, you know, the guys that's going, like, 4 or 6 rounds or 8 rounds. But when you amass what I've done over my career from everybody that I've fought, you know, I'm about to be 39 this year. You can't just tell a guy like me, sit in the gym. You know, just, I got a family, man. I got 6 kids, and I have to, if I don't have no fight coming up, if I got to go to the gym or go watch my kid play soccer, I'm going to go watch him play a soccer game because that's something I can't get back. You know, he's not going to, when he's an adult, he's not going to remember Dad was in the gym. He's going to just remember Dad wasn't at his game. That's all he's going to remember. Dad wasn't at his game. And if I can make that time, I make it. If I know I got a fight coming up and I can't make that time, I don't make it. You know, it's not like I don't train because they got things, but if I don't have a date, I like spending time with my family. I like being a part of everything. I like, you know, going out to eat with them and being with them. And I think that's very important because when I am in training, I don't get to do a lot of those things. I don't get to spend a lot of time with them. I don't get to do the normal things that are, you know, the drop-offs and the pickups from school, taking them to school, picking them up, asking them how their day went. I don't get to do none of those things. I'm a very involved parent, and I think that's one of the reasons when everything happened, the schools really they really did a lot for my family. You know, my kids' elementary school did a lot and counsel my kids, and, you know, my son's high school, he did a lot. That's because I'm very involved. It's not a mystery man or a mystery father, you know, being around. I'm pretty much at everything if I can be.
Yo, so when are you hoping to possibly get back in? I mean, I'm assuming that you probably still have not heard any word on a date or anything like that, but is there a target date where you're hoping to get back in? Summertime, maybe?
I'm hoping July. I'm hoping realistically it's May. If you know, May, June, realistically July, and at the latest August. I'm hoping it's somewhere around there. You know, I don't, like I said before, I just don't have a untapped stream of money, you know, where, you know, I can just sit down. It does take a lot to raise my children, and I don't live an extravagant life. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't club. I don't gamble. I don't drink. So that's not my thing. A lot of my money goes to my family and to my household. So that's why I'm able to have not fought for so long. And, you know, Floyd obviously has been a good mentor and a good big brother. And I know if there's anything that I need, and he has come and he's helped his family out a lot, you know, and I know he doesn't want credit, and, you know, I won't say some of the things he's done, but man, I wouldn't be where I am today, you know, just with the past, you know, 6 months, you know, if it wasn't for his generosity and everything that he's done for this family. So, you know, I don't know what I would do without him. I don't know if it was a Oscar, a Golden Boy Promotions, a Top Rank, or, you know, some of these other promoters, where I would be right now. So I thank God for Floyd Mayweather and what he's done for this family. You know, words cannot express my gratitude, and I do appreciate it. You know, I don't even. He has a big heart, man. He has a very big heart, and I do appreciate it. But, you know, I want to fight too, and I want to get in there and fight. I know he's a great person, and I know if I need something, he'll do it for me, and I know he'll help me out because he knows I'm sincere in what I need. I won't fall in that category as one of the ungratefuls. I'm very grateful for what he does for me and this family, but I want to fight. I'm a man that likes to make his own way and not ask a lot of people for help, and I want to fight. Then may the chips fall where they fall. You know, people may say, well, he may not beat Vanes, or he even if he beat Vanes, he can't beat Lubin. Okay, if he beat Lubin, he can't beat Charlo. But you know, what Russell Wilson said, why not? Why not? Why can't it be me? So I don't listen to what people say. I just want to do whatever I can to do to make sure I'm ready, and may the chips fall